Okay, now let's enter into Kaivalya Upanishad. Kaivalya Upanishad has 24 verses. The first one is Shanti Mantra, which I have already chanted at the beginning today. And what is the Shanti Mantra? It is a prayer. It is a Vijnana Vritti. Adi Daivika, Adhyatmika, Adi Bhutika, Vignan Vritti. Vignan means remover of obstacles. Oh Lord, please remove the obstacles connected with the Adi Deva. We chant Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. 3 times we chant Shanti. The first Shanti is for Adi Deva, the phenomenal forces controlled by the Devatas. So when I'm studying, there could be storms, rain, earthquakes, so many obstacles can come. These are all created by the Devatas. Adhyatmika. Adhyatmika means obstacles which are coming from our own mind. Shanti. Shanti means please help me to be clear of these obstacles rising from the Adi Bhautika, Adhyatmika. So one is natural forces, second is within myself, and the third is Adi Bhautika. Bhautika means neighborhood. I should not have any disturbances when I study this Upanishad. Oh Lord, give me the freedom to study. These are all the meanings of Om Bhadram Karne Vishruniyama Devaha, which we chanted in the beginning. And the second aspect, so this Shanti, Shanti, Shanti is to remove the 3 types of obstacles. One from the Devatas, one from within myself. I should not have doubts on the Upanishads. I should not have doubts on the teaching. I should not have a doubt whether I can get the teaching or not. These are all self-doubts. These are all for Atma Kripa. I should get a grace from my own Atma so that I can continue the study. Adi Bhautika, I've explained from the neighborhood, from my neighbors, if they if they have a blasting music, my study of Upanishads will go for a toss. So I pray to the Devatas for their obstacles to be removed. Karana Yogyata, that means I should have strong body, limbs, strong limbs. My ears should listen. My eyes should be able to read. My mind should be able to grasp. My intellect should be very clear, crystal clear. When I'm taught the Adhyasa Bhashyam, it should strike me immediately, and I must be able to go deep into my core of the personality. So that is all about the Shanti Mantra. Then we have verse 1. In this study, Ashvalayana is the student. He is desirous of moksha. Very, very brilliant student. He has got sadhana chatushtayam. That means he has got the viveka, vairagya, shamaja, shatka, sampatti, and mokshutvam. Mokshutvam, because of that great desire to be free from this body and mind, he goes to Brahmaji, the Guru, the creator. So the creator Brahmaji is the Guru, and he is the teacher for Ashvalayana, a great disciple. And then that is explained in the first verse. Who is the Guru? Who is the disciple? Verse 2 to 4 talk about Sadhanam, the disciplines for getting knowledge. Jnana Sadhanam. And what is the Sadhanam for knowledge? Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. In this chapter, Shravanam is given the name Shraddha. Mananam is given a name Bhakti. Nididhyasnam is given a name Dhyanam. So when you hear Shraddha in this second verse to fourth verse, you should immediately not connect it to faith. Bhakti is devotion. You should not connect it to devotion, but it is a technical term used in this Upanishad for Mananam and Shravanam and Nididhyasana. And what is the other ancillary Sahakari Sadhanam? What are the other means? Tyagaha. Tyagaha means sacrifice. I sacrifice my time for study of the Upanishads. Then I do Dhyanam. What is Dhyanam? How to do the Dhyanam? How to do Dhyana means meditation. That is explained between verse 5 to 10. Sadhana means the means. I should sit properly. These are all the verses which will tell me how to meditate. What is the right place to meditate, right time to meditate, what is the posture to meditate, what is the nature of the body in meditation. All that is explained in verses 5 to 10. And then it will say what is Saguna Dhyanam and what is the Phalam. Saguna Dhyana means I meditate on Lord Shiva in the form of his image. And for Dhyana Yogyata, Jnana Yogyata, I need to have Eka and Aneka Rupa Dhyana. Saguna Dhyana. Then there is something called as, this is meditation with form. Then there is something called as formless meditation, Nirguna Arupa Dhyana. And what is the benefit or the fruit of that meditation? It is Jnana Nishtha. I get firmly established in the formless nature of the law. So that is between 5 to 10. So we have seen verses from 1 to 10 so far. Then it tells me, how should I do this inquiry about Atma? That is what is said in verses 12 to 15. And the methodology which is followed is this Upanishad is from, this is from Atharvana Veda. Atharvana Veda Upanishad, usually the methodology which is followed is Avastatraya Viveka. I understand the discrimination between Atma and the three avasthas. How Atma is common in all the three states of the mind. Jagrat, Sushupti, Swapna. I am the Sakshi consciousness principle in all the three states. I am the invariable factor. Whereas the mind may be changing. There are so many minds in the world, so many objects in the world. Each mind is connected with some objects or the other. They go through the experiences for Sukham and Dukkham. The whole universe is called as macro, Paramatma, and I am the individual, the Jiva. So that is what is described as how to do the inquiry about Atma. Very central portion of this Upanishad, very important portion. 16 to 23 is Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam by Bhaga Tyaga Lakshana. This is the Mahavakya portion of the Upanishad. Like I said in the first talk, every Upanishad will be connecting with the oneness which exists between the individual and the total. There is oneness. Our eyes cannot perceive the oneness. But if I know this, to reveal this oneness by the scriptural study, I can get a lot of benefit out of it. So that is the highest knowledge of this particular Kaivalya Upanishad, 16 to 23. The last verse is giving a conviction to the student, and he himself says, I am the Sakshi Paramatma Swarupa. That is what is said in the 24th verse. So we have got a bird's eye view of the Upanishad. This is the way I will be presenting all the Upanishads. What is the overall view, how I should study this Upanishad? We are planning to do 12 Upanishads. For every Upanishad, I will have this type of a chart, so that you can easily connect the important topics. Like, for example, in this 16 to 23rd verse is the Aikyam portion. In the 19th verse, the main verse comes, Mayeva Sakalam Jatam. You must by heart that. Very simple. One verse in the Upanishad by hearted. It will help you in your meditation. It will help you in your liberation. One verse, enough. Then the second part of the Upanishad is just a small two verses. What it says is, if you have not understood this Upanishad, after you have done the 24 verses, if you have not understood, repeat the Parayanam, the chanting of this Upanishad again and again. It will give you Chitta Shuddhi, the purity of the mind. And you will yourself realize, oh my God, now I am able to understand. So it gives you the methodology of chanting again and again this Upanishad. And also it says you chant the Rudram. It's a very, very important stotram. Chant the Rudram, and your mind will get purified, and you will see the essence of the Upanishad within yourself. I have given you the details of what is 15 to 19, which is a little bit, I will go through this when I'm doing the, and 20 to 24, what the details are. I will go through this when I'm doing the actual verses. I've given you the broad classifications. The depth of 15 to 24, 15 to 19 is here because these are the two main sections. And I've given you the gist already. You will be able to understand this when we do the portion from 15 to 19. And similarly, from 20 to 24, this is the gist. When we do that, we will study this. With this small introduction of the Kaivalya Upanishad, we will chant, learn to chant the first mantra of this Upanishad. And
Om Athashwalayanah Athashwalayanah Bhagavantam Parameshtinam O Sametyovacha इत्युवाच
Okay. Om Atha Vasalyo Nama Bhagavantam. Ashwalayana, the student, approached Lord Paramesti, the creator Brahmaji. This chanting has been done by one person in Bangalore. Recently, he just offered his services to chant for those Upanishad. So, his name is Vishwanath Raju from Bangalore. He teaches regularly in Bangalore all the Rudram, Chamakam, all the important stotrams, one-to-one basis he teaches in Bangalore. So he has offered his services. I had requested for somebody to chant this for the classes in the website. Through somebody in the US, he came to me and he has chanted. I really thank him for this services. He will continue. We'll see more of his chantings in the following shlokas also. So this introduction is Atha. Atha means what? Thereafter. Thereafter means what? After acquiring the qualifications. And what are the qualifications? The purity of mind. See, our mind has got impurities. What are the impurities? It has got a lot of raga, likes. I like this, I like that, I like this. Continuously, my mind keeps on jumping one objective of the other. Either you like something or you don't like something. I want to get away from certain objects. I want to go after some objects. So this is what is called as life. Running behind objects, running away from objects. So a mind which is extroverted must become introverted to understand Atma. So the Upanishad says that a fit student is one who has got chitta ekagrata, focusing capacity of the mind. How do you get this focusing capacity? The purity of mind you can get through Karma Yoga. Through Gita study, what did we understand? Karma Yoga means two things. Offering all the actions which I do with the Ishvara Arpana Bhava, attitude. Whatever I am doing in the day, I am not doing it for myself, it is for the Lord, for the Lord, for the Lord, for the Lord. In your own mind, you don't have to say it outside to anybody. The second is what? Of Karma Yoga, the second principle, Prasada Buddhi. Whatever result I get, whether I'm studying, whether I'm working in the office, whether I'm a doctor, whether I'm a lawyer, whatever result I get, I accept it as prasad. It is a gift to me from the Lord. This body itself is a gift to me from the Lord, who is the controller of the 5 elements. I have not made this body. I am not maintaining this body. It is the Lord who is maintaining it. It is His gift to me for a certain period of time to live in this world, enjoy, get this knowledge of Atma and be liberated. The Chitta Ekagrata is mainly got from the focus by the Upasana method. That means I sit in meditation and I try to think of one subject connected to the Atma. All of us are specialists. We already have this faculty in us. When something of the world we are interested in, we are deeply thinking it throughout our day, throughout our week, throughout our year. I want this house, I want this house, I want this house. What Upanishad tells is, go inward, I want to know this Atma. Upanishad tells me Atma is in my own intellect. let me begin the search. What is this Atma which is ever free? Does it exist in this body and mind complex? That is what is called as the focusing ability. So Sadhana Chatushtayam is the qualification which we have learned in the first text which we took, Tattvabodha. Viveka, Vairagyam, Mumukshutva, Samadha, Shatka, Sampatti. All of you are experts in these 4 topics. I'm just reminding you, Viveka means discrimination between real and unreal, Shreyas and Preyas. These are the 2 words used in Kathopanishad. Prakruta, Samskruta. Prakruta means uncultured. Samskruta means cultured. What is the difference between Nitya Atma and Nitya world, on which my raga and dvesha is based? So what are the limitations of the body? What are the limitations of the world? We have seen the 3 main limitations in the first talk: atriptikaratvam, bandhakatvam, dukkha mishritatvam, mixed with joy and sorrow together, bondage to the world. This is the second limitation. Always complaining, I'm not fulfilled, atriptikaratva. So this discriminative intellect is the first qualification. The second is dispassion, vairagyam. I can withdraw from the world because I have done the vivek. Mumukshutva means desire to get liberated from the pangs of the mind. Again and again, it keeps on, the vasanas in my mind keeps on disturbing. And what is the samadha satka sampatti? Sama, which means mind control. Dhamma means sense control, sense organ control. Uparama, which means the capacity to withdraw from the senses and the mind. Titiksha means forbearance. Shraddha means faith in the scriptures and the guru. And the last, samadhanam, concentration. This together is called as the qualification of sadhana chatushtayam. Throughout the Upanishadic study, I will be using this term called sadhana chatushtayam. Every time I use, immediately these 4 Ds should come in your mind: discrimination, dispassion, desire, and discipline. So a fit student is one who has got these 4 qualifications. Upasametya, in appropriate manner, with humility, amanitvam, with devotion, bhakti, approach the creator Brahmaji. The student approached the teacher. That is what is said in the first mantra. In Gita, we have the 4th chapter, 34th mantra. It says, Tatvidhi pranipatena, pariprashnena sevaya, upadeshanti te jnanam, jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Go to a wise man. Not with a question, oh Guru, can you come and teach me today, right now, this minute? Within 10 minutes, I want moksha. But with prostration, with humility. Go to the wise man who has realized this truth. And he will instruct you because he has compassion to you. He knows that you're suffering from samsara. That is what is the essence of the first mantra. Introduction mantra. Then we will go to this mantra, which is the verse number 1 next week. We will start with verse 1. That was the first introductory mantra. We have seen the prayer verse. We have seen the introduction verse. Who is the teacher? Who is the guru? We have seen. Now, the student will ask for the highest knowledge. Teach me that science of reality, which is hidden in every person. I want to discard all the impurities in my mind, drop them. I want to be one with that truth. That is the meaning of the first verse, which we will take next time. So remember, from next week, from 6 to 7 Singapore time is going to be Kaivalya Upanishad. 7 to 7:30 will be the Adhyasa Bhashyam. I think it's a good mixture. If you have these two, you can tell me what did you feel about your Adhyasa Bhashyam, whether you are interested to continue, you want to learn more on the Adhyasa, you have got some basis today, and then we will continue. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. If you have any questions, you can ask them. Okay, there are just a few messages here. Okay, Pandita, are you having any question on the 11th verse? Can you speak up and ask me? Yes, Pandita, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me, do you have something to ask?
Yes, in the brief portion that in that slide, I don't find the verse number 11.
Oh, okay. In the
That's
chanting,
why I was
in the
asking.
chanting, is it?
No, not in chanting. In the brief portion, you have mentioned all the verses 1 to 24.
Oh, okay. In the 24
In that.
verses. Yeah. Let me go back and see what's missing. Okay.
Okay.
I'll check on that 11th verse. The 11th verse is it is a part of the meditation. It's a part of the meditation verses. Atmanam aranim kritva. So how to meditate with the Atma as the higher Arani. I will explain this when we do the verse, but just okay. I will fill it in. But for your information, this is a part of the meditation portion of 11 to 15 or so.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Actually, I was unable to unmute myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Anybody else?
Shekharji.
Yeah, tell me, Shama.
Hari Om, Shekharji. It's as usual, you do the most amazing stuff, which I really, one of the strange questions which I have on that as to how do you do it? How much time did you spend in doing like today's talk? It's a strange question, but I feel curious to know.
I don't know. It just happened. That's all. I can't say how much time I spent, but last week they wanted something on Adhyasa Bhashyam, so I just put some words, some sentences, and then I prepared these notes.
Beautiful. Dharma, Artha, and Jnana Adhyasa is absolutely wonderful. The outline.
Yeah.
the question, not a question, I don't know how others feel, but I'm not very comfortable with the idea of having those 3 topics within one session. And, just as you're getting your mind nicely fixed into Adhyasa, then you suddenly switch on to Kaivalya. And I just wondered whether it is possible that, I don't know how, because you'll have to ask other people, I feel it's so nice to actually, in one particular study session, in your talk, to actually let your mind completely get inside that and not have to change to something else. So, and of course, the meditation is absolutely fine. So I just wondered what others feel about, because it's too much of a switch
between Adhyasa and Kaivalya.
Kaivalya. I feel why can't we complete Adhyasa first? And because that sounds like the foundation of all the Upanishads, in terms of the very basic principle of studying Upanishads, that unless you can conceptually get the idea in your head fixed, that as to how the basic problem and obstacle is that we are constantly struggling with that Adhyasa.
Okay.
So even if I know, I still, in my own body mind, I'm continuously going into that, the Adhyasa. So to my mind, it's like we should get that out of the way and then go systematically. That's my thoughts.
Yeah. So what you're suggesting is to complete Adhyasa Bhashyam, the notes which I have prepared, to finish that completely and then go into Kaivalya Upanishad. That's what you're suggesting.
Yeah.
Can I have just some more ideas from others? If you agree, disagree, you can say I want. You can even put in the chat box. I can read the chat box. If you want meditation, if you want to finish Adhyasa Bhashyam, you just say I want Adhyasa Bhashyam in the chat box. And if you want a mixture, you say I want the mixture. That's all. Or you can even send me a WhatsApp, or you want to speak up on this topic, you're free to talk. I will just go with the majority. If majority feel yes, we will complete Adhyasa Bhashyam, it will take about 6-7 sessions or so, or maybe more, I don't know. But we can do that. That's no problem. I can finish the Adhyasa Bhashyam. The notes are all ready. It's already distributed to you. And I can go on. Can I have some opinion from others?
I like to say something, Hector. I agree with Shyama that it's a bit too much on our side to absorb everything. So you have to go by stages, isn't it?
Okay, so you want Adhyasa?
One at a time.
Okay, I got it. Anybody else?
Yes, Shekharji. Adhyasa Bhashyam, let us take it first.
Okay, 3 out of 28. Okay. Anybody else? For the mixture, anybody for the mixture? Otherwise, I will go ahead with Adhyasa Bhashyam next week onwards.
Yes, sir, I also agree.
Okay, good.
One by one.
Yeah. So if you want Adhyasa, we'll finish Adhyasa, because not many people teach Adhyasa Bhashyam.
Yes, sir.
So it will be, I can go through the slides. We can complete it, no problem. I can start with the Kaivalya after I finish the Adhyasa Bhashyam. Anybody else?
Please check the chat box. There are plenty of people who want Adhyasa.
Oh, really? Oh my God, there's so many messages here. I didn't see all those messages. Okay, blissful meditation, Adhyasa, thank you. Oh my God. That is, I think the whole 29 of you want Adhyasa Bhashyam.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Shekharji, you must appreciate we are not blessed with an intellect like yours. You have a tremendous. I think you're blessed. With that extraordinary mental energy. It's coming straight.
Sure. Okay. I got the message. It's very clear, and I will continue the Adhyasa Bhashyam, and let's finish the Adhyasa Bhashyam, and then we'll go on. I do agree that this Adhyasa Bhashyam will be an eye-opener for all of you. I give you guarantee. It will be an eye-opener. Then the Upanishadic study will be just a walkover. It is a simple walkover. As it is, with 10 points, you would have already realized that there is so much clarity in the Adhyasa. You see, if Shankaracharya has written this Bhashyam and he says that understand this Adhyasa is the fundamental problem for the whole humanity, and this will help you to understand the Upanishad very, very clearly, because Upanishad is just telling you that you are Atma. And we have to say, yes, I am Atma, that's all. It's such a simple process. In 12 Upanishads, every Upanishad is going to say that you are the Atma. And, okay, so I got the message clearly. Let's go ahead. Okay, anything else? Yes.
The meditation was really out of, I can't explain, really very, very good, very, very good. Thank you. Thank you for the meditation.
I've never done this meditation in my life. This is the first time I'm doing Mahavakya Vichara meditation in such a in such a manner. It just came out of it. Just some people have wanted it last week. Some people wanted it. I said, okay, let's just have it. That's all.
My question is, if we are doing Mahavakya Vichara as my meditation, should I take one Mahavakya at a time, or I have to think all four?
No. You can take one at a time and do an intense that Mahavakya. What I suggest is, suppose you take Mandukya, I am Atma Brahma. You study the verses, the 12 verses of the Mandukya Upanishad. You prepare 1-page note and say, I'm going to meditate on 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 points. You write it down in a piece of paper, like I wrote in a piece of paper, this 4 Mahavakyas, and I give it to you. Once you have written it, close your eyes and meditate. Follow step 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't digress. Stay focused. Let that idea keep rolling again and again. That's all. Whether it is a 10-minute meditation, do not think about Tathomasi when you're doing I am Atma Brahma. Similarly, after 2-3 sessions of I am Atma Brahma, you can keep that aside. If you enjoy doing that, you do it for 2-3 months continuously, every day. The same meditation, let it go. Let it become a part of yourself. Let you tell yourself, I am not the waker Malati. I am not the dreamer Malati. I am not the sleeper Malati. I am the Atma Malati. This is the truth. I get this knowledge not from my perception, not from my parents or anybody. It comes from the Upanishad. The Upanishad is the guru for me. I respect Upanishad because there is no other means of knowledge except the truth, except the Upanishadic statement, which is, I am the Turiyam. And the description of Turiyam, you know very well. Out of the 6, 7, you take 2 or 3 every day. I am Shantam, I am Shivam, Sundaram, I am Atma, I am the Turiyam. Just meditate only on that till you are happy. Then what you do is, then you shift to one more. Then you go to Tattvamasi. Read a little bit of Tattvamasi, the 9 times when there are 9 examples. Out of 9 examples in 6th chapter of Chandogya Upanishad, you take 2 or 3. You don't need to take all the 9. Just take 2-3 examples and say that like the rivers, they merge into the ocean, and I am that ocean which has got no name or form. It is one uniform mass. Like all the implements of iron are made of, all the implements of iron are made of iron. That is the cause. Like all the, there's so many, 9 examples are there in that. You take 2 or 3 of them. Only that. Then you can take Bhuma Vidya. In Bhuma Vidya, there is one verse which says that whatever is heard is not Satyam. Whatever I see is not Satyam, but the seer is Satyam. So meditate on that verse. Then you meditate again. The Prajapati Vidya has got 2-3 verses. The self is decayless, whereas the body decays. So I am that pure Atma, which is decayless, which is ever the same. See, what you should do whenever we do the Upanishads also, the way you should study is, whichever mantra talks about Atma, focus on those mantras. You forget the story and forget the preparations and forget all the Sadhana, Chatushtaya, Sampati and all Viveka, Vairagya and all those verses connected with that. You don't focus on that. If there is a verse about the realization of the student after he gets the truth, focus on those mantras. Like, focus on Atma related mantras. So that is the way to meditate. And once you have learned that, see, this is just a practice. Once you have practiced, I have taken 60 sessions of meditation on Upanishads. I didn't even realize that I can do this type of meditation myself. Really, today it just was it's so easy for me today, but it is only a practice.
Nice.
Each one of us can practice, and that becomes your image about yourself. You see, today my image about myself is I'm suffering this. You're trying to replace that image with I am the fulfilled Atma. I am the ever changeless Atma. That is a thought which is coming. It's a groove in your mind. That is what will clear all the impurities in your mind. The malam which is there, it will go away, and the ignorance which is there in your intellect about your own self will vanish, will disappear when you do this type of meditation. They are very safe. They are very, very good meditation. This is Vedic meditation. Very safe, very nice.
Very good.
Very
Very
peaceful.
good.
Yes, yes.
So
Very
what
good.
what you're saying is that you actually are giving an antidote. So the mind is continuously filled of all vrittis of all kinds.
Yes.
So you replace that at least for a short period of time.
Correct. Then that becomes a habit.
So you actually have a vritti, and
Yes.
the take home which I'm taking today is our aim is to somehow go to the level of chitta ekagrata. So where the
Yes.
mind is in all these scattered thoughts, vikshepa, I am trying to obtain chitta ekagrata, and there's only one method. This is the upasana.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, and it's just a fun bit of it, where I like to take the fun bit of the talk as well. You referred to as objective science and subjective science, and I'm just saying it's so clear that it's actually the words objects means objects. So
Yes.
you're studying the objects, and the only difference in what we learn through Vedanta is the object is not the all the objects in the universe, but our own body and mind is also the object.
Yes, that's correct.
Subjective study, isn't it?
Yes.
So before you can even reach the subject can reach the subject. The knower can know knowing the knower, isn't it? The ultimate aim is to know the knower. Who is this? Who is knowing things? Okay. So in order to know the knower, you have to actually first study the subject as it is, because the body mind is also encased within our own jiva.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to study our own body and mind too, isn't it? You can't just simply say, oh, I want to get out of it. You cannot do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, yeah. So knowing the knower in totality. Just one question which I want to ask you. You were referring to Brahman, yeah, in your talk, which you was describing. Brahman is the intrinsic and the extrinsic. Intrinsic is the immanent, yeah, which is whole of the phenomenal world, including my own self as well.
Yes, it's all pervading consciousness, which is the Sat principle. That is what is called as the immanent.
Yeah, and then but it also has the extrinsic, which is the
Extrinsic means outside the world. You see, there is something which is not connected with the world. What is connected with the world is the time, space, and the whole universe.
So Brahman is the universe and a lot more. Yeah?
Much more, yes.
Much,
it is,
much more.
yes, correct.
Which includes all the creation and the space-time, everything inside.
Yes, that's correct, yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, so those
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, there's one question here from Pat Reddy in South Africa. He's asking, what is the recommended step-by-step study of the Vedanta? Okay, just in nutshell, the first study everybody does is Tattvabodha, Atmabodha. These are the two fundamental texts. Do not miss these two texts because they give you the foundation. Once you have done these two texts, then you take up Bhagavad Gita, go through the Bhagavad Gita totally, and then after that is the Upanishad and then Brahma Sutra. This is the study. This is the methodology which is adopted. Once you have done the Upanishad, you can go into other, there are always, I recommend two texts. Other text is Panchadasi and Vichara Sagara. Panchadasi is an excellent text where after the Upanishad, if you study, you will have better grasp on that because it is very, very deep, extremely deep, and it is very, very personal realization of the truth in your own self. Every chapter, which I'm doing on Wednesdays, you can. So if you're new to the group, my suggestion is, in your private time, try to study the Tattvabodha and Atmabodha. You can finish pretty fast. They're simple texts. You attend these talks on these Upanishad. At the same time, after you do that, you continue to study on the Bhagavad Gita. Let the Gita go on in your study. Then what will happen is you will have a full, complete clarity. Upanishads, the Vedanta should be a systematic study. Then you will have the full benefit of Vedanta. If you come suddenly for one Upanishad and then do Panchadasi and then not done Tattvabodha, it's a problem. So you take it as your challenge to do Tattvabodha, Atmabodha. I've got all the videos. In case you need any of these videos, you can write to me. I can send it to you. That's what I've done. So many people who have been, I don't know how people get these addresses of mine. They have written, sent so many messages recently. So there are a lot of people who are listening outside these direct classes. They're listening through the recordings. So this is how you study. The website which I have has got notes for everything. It's a complete website for the whole spiritual journey. Everything is there. Panchadasi is there. Brahma Sutra is there. Upanishads are there. Gita is there. The initial texts are there. So many texts. But this is a systematic study. If you have still further questions, you can ask me. Okay, anything else?
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much and good night.
Okay, thank you.
Hari Om Shekhar ji, thank you.
Thank you.
Hari Om, Shekharji.
Hari Om, thank you. Namaste.
Hari Home, it should be.
Yes,
Thank you,
Home.
sir. Hari Om.
I see a lot of new faces and a lot of people have joined the group. I'm very happy to see all of you. Please continue your, these sessions as much as you can. You will definitely benefit. And if you have questions, you can always write to me through WhatsApp or through email. And any personal questions about the study also. I've been guiding a lot of people recently because there are a lot of seekers who have come forward for learning the Upanishads. Almost like 200 people are there who have written. It's amazing. I never expected such a huge group. And a lot of them are doing the study because they're all situated in so many other countries. So they take the recordings and they keep talking to me. So nice to see this group, and let's hope we all are able to get spiritually more developed. Thank you and good night.
Okay,
sir.
good night.
Thank you, sir.
Hari Om.
Namaste. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.